guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Hi, my name is Gursheen. If you're new here, don't forget to hit the subscribe button, and if you have already subscribed, thank you so much. It means the world to me. Now for today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you my updated base routine, how I get this flawless base, and how you can too. So if you're interested to know that, please keep on watching. The key to a flawless base is most importantly skin prep. If your skin isn't moisturized, hydrated enough and clean, your makeup is not going to sit well on your face. The first step is always cleansing. I have already washed my face. So for moisturization, the two things that I use, the first is the Clinique Moisture Surge, and the second thing that I always apply after that is a face oil. This is from YBP. It's their plant remedy elixir. Now this is a very lightweight oil. Just remember, whenever you're using facial oils before your makeup, they have to be lightweight. By lightweight, I mean that when you apply them on your skin, they should feel like nothing. And if they are feeling heavy and sticky, then they are going to ruin your base. So I've picked this much moisturizer. I will massage it between my hands and I am going over my face. And for my oil, I am just picking 2 drops. I will again warm it up between my hands and go over my face. Now, if it is daytime, now is the time that you will include your sunscreen into your routine. Otherwise, you will directly move on to the makeup part. Now, what I will do is I will spray the SMASHBOX primer water on my face. Now, this is a multi-use primer water, but I feel like at this stage, it just hydrates my skin. It helps my foundation to stay better on my skin. So, I will just spritz it on my face now. And I will now slightly massage it onto my face and dab it in. Now after this step, you can directly move on to your foundation or concealer, color corrector, whatever. But I like to incorporate another primer as well. And I use again from SMASHBOX the Photo Finish Smooth and Blur Primer. What it does is it smoothens out all the texture on my face. So this is something that I apply first on my nose, because even though I do not have very large pores, I do have a textured nose and it instantly smoothens it out and it works like a dream. And then I apply it on the cheek area as well. So in circular motions, I'm going in and right here. Now between your primer and your foundation, you have to wait for at least 5 minutes so that the primer has time to set on the skin. This step is really important. If I directly go on with foundation right now, then there is no use of the primer, because then the primer will be rubbed off along with the foundation. So now till my primer is setting, I'm going to be adding some glow to my face, and I'm using the MAC Strobe cream. Now you can apply it all over your face also, but I just apply it on my high points, which is my cheekbone, my nose. I do not go over to my tip because I've just blurred this area, and then there will be no point if I now go in with an illuminating cream. A little bit on my chin, and these are the only areas, and you can see how little I have applied. And as we go forward in this routine, you will realize that the basic principle of having a flawless base is skin prep and applying little product. And now I will move on to color corrector. Now if you have problematic areas like I do, I have a little hyperpigmentation right here, a little bit here, and my dark circles are slightly dark. They're not extremely dark, but I like to color correct them. Now for color correction, I'll be using the LA Girl Pro Conceal color correctors. One is in the shade orange and one is in the shade peach. Now I mix both of these shades together because the peach shade, it is very light for me. It is for fairer skin tones, and the orange, it is super pigmented. It is too dark for me. I do not need that intense a color correction on my face, so I like to mix both shades. Now I have taken some on the back of my hand. I'm mixing both of these shades together, and whatever result I get, I will apply it on my face. Now first I will start with this area. Place your product wherever you think that you have darkness or unevenness. And you see how instantly it is brightening up my skin. I'm also color correcting the corners of my nose. These areas are a little darker than the rest of my face, and I have acne spots right here, so just go in with that. And little bit of color corrector I will apply on my under eye. And remember that you cannot go overboard with your color corrector, because this is the first layer of makeup you're applying. Then you will go on with foundation and then with concealer. That is 3 layers of makeup, and if the first layer is only too thick, then other layers cannot be saved. Okay, and now you can go in with a beauty blender, or you can go in with your finger to just slightly dab it into the skin, and this will remove any uneven patches of color corrector that we might have applied, and it will also take up excess of the product. So the foundation that I'm going to be using today is my newfound favorite. It is from MCGRATH Labs. It's their Skin Fetish Sublime foundation. I'm in the shade medium 15. So whenever you're applying your foundation, I would always suggest you to pump the foundation on your hand and never directly on your face, because then you will be picking up a lot of product and you do not need that much. Just 2 pumps are enough. See, this much is enough. Now I will dot it all over my face. Dotting will ensure that you apply little product and your face is evenly coated. I'm applying just on the sides of my forehead, because my forehead has a lot of fine lines and frown lines, if you can see. So I do not apply a lot of product on my forehead, and that is what you're supposed to do as well. Wherever you think you have too many lines, just apply less product. Now to blend out my foundation, I always like to use a brush, and I use this one. This is from PAC Cosmetics. It is their 231 foundation brush. And now the motion to blend your foundation is dab and flick, dab and flick. So I'm dabbing and flicking, and do you see what a beautiful coverage this foundation has given me? It blends so easily. It is a beautiful satiny finish. So just take care of the motion while using brushes. You can always use beauty blenders. I just prefer brushes. They are faster to work with, and I feel like they don't even pick up any of the product. And now you will see that the orange is peeking through around my mouth, around my nose. Every area needs a bit more coverage, but we will not be applying foundation over there because we have concealers for that. Now for concealers, I'll be using 2 today. One is from Too Faced. It is their Born This Way concealer. I'm in the shade Sand. And next I'll be using the DIOR Forever Skin Correct Concealer. Now I bought this shade online and it is slightly lighter for my skin tone, so I'll be using it on my under eyes, and it will do the job of brightening as well. And this Too Faced concealer, this is my exact match. I'm applying it on the corners of my mouth like this. Wherever you have color corrected and you have unevenness, you will have to go in with another layer, and around my nose. The brightening concealer on my under eyes. And if you see, it is not very light, but it is just slightly light, and I do not like to use even like a 0.5 shade lighter around my mouth because it does not look flawless at all. Now a pro tip is that if you let your concealer set for 1 to 2 minutes, it will give you more coverage because it thickens up a little. But this technique is possible only with concealers that are hydrating and that do not set very quickly. So first I start blending the concealer around my mouth because obviously I applied it first. This is a concealer brush again from PAC Cosmetics. It is in the number 272, and with a concealer brush, I just like to use dabbing motions. I do not even use the flicking motion that I use with my foundation because I am just concentrating product in one area. And now we will be moving on to the eyes. Again, just dab everything in place like this. And do you see how flawless my under eye looks now? Now before I show you my setting routine, I just want to put a disclaimer here that I like to use my setting powder before my contour, blush, highlighter because I set only my crease prone areas. So you can set your crease prone areas like I do, or you can do your contour, blush, highlighter and then set your entire face. That depends on your skin type. If your skin produces a lot of oil and you're an oily skin type, then you do all your makeup first and then set it. If you have a skin type like mine where you only need to set all the crease prone areas, then you do that. So now the powder that I'm using today, it is my favorite powder. I'm on my second tub. It is from MERCIER. It is their translucent setting powder. And now the one product that has changed my setting game, and I would advise all of you to invest in it. It is the Pizza Puff from PAC Cosmetics. You can get it from another brand also, from Amazon also, but just invest in it. It really makes a difference in how you set your under eyes and the rest of your face. So what you need to do is you have to take your powder and you have to dip your Pizza Puff in it. So this is what I picked up. And now on the back of your hand, just go like this. Keep rubbing it in circular motions till all the powder has disappeared from your hand. And now you can go in to set your under eye. So I'm going to look down and just go right here. Just dab all the powder in place. Again, going in with more powder, rubbing it on the back of the hand and set your under eye and around your nose. So these areas are specific to my skin concerns. You can do these areas, skip these areas, but I think under eyes and the laugh lines are something that you do need to set. And now it's time to add some dimension to my face. So I'll be contouring my face. I'm using the Huda Beauty Tantour. It is in the shade medium. Now this is a cream contour that gives a powder-like effect. Now to contour my face, I am using the PAC 247 brush. This is what it looks like. It is an angled brush which just helps in contouring because it fits the angles of the face really well. Now I'll be picking some product from the pan like this. And now is the most important part. Now when you've moved on to contouring your face, you will not apply the product directly on your face. So what you can do is just put all of the product on my palm first. And you can see how much I picked up, and this is not needed on your face. And now you can contour. So I'm pulling my hair back and then you just go downwards like this. Alright, and then I drag it to my temples as well, and then you just side as well. Yes. So make sure your contour is emerging from your hairline, and contouring is done and it has given that instant shape. And I also like to contour my jawline. It completes the look and gives a chiseled look. Now contouring has added that definition that my face needed. Bronzer will add that warmth. So I have been using and loving the Fenty Beauty bronzer. This is in the shade Bajan Gyal. Now to apply this on my face, I use my blush brush. Yes, because I have an angled blush brush like this one. This is the PAC 214 brush, and what I like to do is I take my powder and the wider side of the brush. This I use to take the powder. I will not apply it directly on my face. Pat it on the back of your hand like this, remove the excess of product, and whatever is left will now go onto your face. So a bronzer is supposed to go directly over your contour. So right here, and you see what a beautiful warmth it adds. And now this I like to take to my temples and a little bit to my forehead. And now we will move on to blush. So the blush that I'm using, it is not in the condition to show you, but I will. It is from MAC Cosmetics. It is their Breezy blush. The shade is Breezy. And I have hit the pan and I've lost the lid, but it's a beautiful blush. I absolutely love it. Again, I'm using the same blush brush that I use for my bronzer. It is the PAC 214 brush. And I have taken product on it like this, and it will not go on directly. Again, this is the main thing that you have to remember. Do not apply products directly on your face. They will patch up your foundation, patch up your concealer. Just remove it on the back of your hand like this, and whatever is left will now go on. So I like to smile and just place my blush here, and I like to drag it towards my temple and the other side like this, and my nose. I never forget my nose whenever I apply blush. And lastly, you will apply a highlighter. Now, I am not a fan of powder highlighters. The enhanced texture, not for me. But recently, I found this Chanel Healthy Glow Highlighting Fluid, and this is what I've been using as highlighter recently. Now, to apply this, you will be needing a beauty blender. So, what I do is just take a pump on the back of my hand. Take your beauty blender. Dab it into the highlighter. Now dab it on an empty area, and now whatever is left will go onto your cheekbones. So right here like this. Wow. And right here as well. Look at the glow. Look at all the glow. And right here. That is it. That is all the highlighter I apply. And now we have reached the final part of our makeup, which is going to change this also, which is using a setting spray. Now the MAC one I've been using for ages, and this is my most favorite, and you can apply it really generously, and it is quite dry now. And when you feel like it is like 70-80% dry, you can go in with your beauty blender and just dab it in place. The base is now complete and now I will be back with the final look. So this is the end of the video, guys. This is how I do my base these days, and it has helped me get the most flawless smooth base ever in my time of doing makeup. So you can try it out too, and hope you find it helpful. So if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit the like button and comment down below what you would like to see next, and I will see you next time.